Wow, that was amazing from Still Forever. So let's hear it for her. Woo! So, you might have seen earlier on the stream while we were sorting out technicals. I've been doing some interviews with some of our artists for Beat Cancer. I'll be making sure the interviews go up on YouTube or something at a later date so everybody can see them. But and now I'm joined with Simon from BeinE. Hey, Simon.
Good morning.
Hey. We'd have all of BeinE up here, but with all the distancing and such, we can't really get more than one. So the sound of BeinE is so unique. What is it that inspires you and excites you when it comes to making music?
We started very much actually from kind of film aesthetics and being big horror fans and trying to develop that aesthetic into music. So a lot of it was about getting enough space and getting the feel of really being surrounded by things. We're moving towards being more kind of freeform at the moment, mostly due to accidentally acquiring a mark.
Yeah, so it's sort of grown as a band anyway. So what kit do you use to create the sounds and how has it evolved over the years? Because then obviously you've sort of grown as a band, but there's sort of the core sound there really, isn't there? How is it made?
It started off with nothing but a bunch of really cheap budget instruments that I'd got. So I had a stylophone beatbox and a couple of chaoscillators, and that was what we had to make the sound with. It also had the advantage that because the first 5 or 6 gigs we played were in a venue that had no working power supply, or everything ran off batteries, which was great because we had like 2 power plugs for the PA rig and that was it. So it started with kind of very glitchy, minimalist set sounds, and then moving forwards, whilst writing albums or tracks, I use a much wider selection of tools. Live, we still tend to focus on, we've got a organic, fairly small set of noise machines run through increasingly just guitar pedals, because you can get, analog guitar pedals can get you an awful lot of very interesting, weird noises that you weren't expecting.
That's really cool because it's a completely different sound to a lot of things we hear out there, which is really interesting. I think makes for just good music coming up in the UK scene. That there's lots of things coming differently. So have we got any new releases to look forward to? I know it's been really impossible for bands to get together, especially when there's multiple members this year. But have you got anything that's coming up? Or
I mean, we're hopefully going to have a split release with somebody out early next year, and we're also hoping just before Christmas to get a remix EP for the Monsters album out.
Oh, cool.
Which, fingers crossed, will get done in time. And I've been sitting on some remixes now for 8 or 9 months, which are really good, and I want to put out, but I want to actually get it all done together and then release it. Weirdly, we can actually write music quite well at a distance because Tiff records the vocals, and then I build most of the tracks around the vocals, and it's not even a case of worrying about tempo. We're cutting and reshaping as we go. So the end result doesn't rely on us all being able to rehearse things as we go along. It's more kind of a bit like creating with tape loops, and you're just gluing things together as you go, and then we're subsequently going back to it and thinking, and how the hell do we play this live?
Well, at least you managed to still record some stuff. So if people want to find BeinE and everything online, where can we find you? I did warn him about this before so you could find the right links.
Is that actually working at the moment? Yeah, I've got to renew it this week. Okay, apparently with BeinE.co.uk. I was going to give the full Bandcamp link with our really unhelpful full band name, but Leidenschaft Gegenstand.
The bit that you probably can't hear from the rest of the venue. So thank you for joining me and have a little chat. We'll get back to some music. I'm going to drop in for another couple of interview segments throughout the day, and we'll be back to normal presenting. But I think we're ready to hand over to Clark now. So
we are sorry.